The frosty relations between Kenya and Tanzania appear to be toning down after President Uhuru Kenyatta's intervention over the weekend. With that intervention came the scrapping of Tanzania's move to limit Kenyan flights into the country, as well as the Kenyan government's decision to rescind a decision to lock out Tanzanian-registered tour vans from accessing local airports. But with that battle line seemingly closed, where does this leave Kenyan-registered tour vans?
This means, with immediate effects, Tanzania-registered vehicles will access the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport as before, while Kenya Airways will continue with its normal operation.
An announcement originating from Windhoek, Namibia, meant to restore business normalcy as Kenya and Tanzania seek to bring to an end a diplomatic standoff. On the 6th of February 2015, Kenya's Ministry of Tourism, Commerce and East African Affairs effected a 30-year-old tourism bilateral agreement, which meant that Tanzanian-registered tour operators would not be allowed access into Kenya's airports, airstrips and tourism attraction sites. The move seemed only but fair for Kenya because Tanzania has not allowed Kenyan tour vans into certain parks and game reserves in the country since 1985. Efforts from the East African Secretariat to resolve the stalemate then failed as Tanzania snapped talks on the same.
That meeting has not taken place.
Weeks later, and a budget airline FastJet is being quoted as being behind the latest diplomatic spat between the geographical neighbors, threatening to take away over 60% of Kenya Airways business to Tanzania. FastJet applied for an operation license to operate between Nairobi and Dar es Salaam in 2013 through acquisition of Fly 540, but the deal fell through. The airline could, however, not operate independently because it lacked substantial local ownership, a development that culminated in Tanzania's Civil Aviation Authority cutting the number of weekly flights by Kenya Airways to Tanzania to 14 from 42 last week. But with the two presidents having a word over the feeble relations, Kenya has decided to loosen its stand, awaiting a review of the thorny policies.
We went back to the status quo for public vehicles from Tanzania accessing our airports pending a comprehensive review.
It is a solution that appears to be a one-sided deal for Kenya, as Tanzania holds firm to the restrictive 1985 tourism agreement. However, the government does not see the attempt to limit Kenya Airways flight frequencies to Tanzania as a revengeful decision.
If it was retaliation, it should have happened immediately after the ban of Tanzanian-registered public vehicles into our airport.
As part of the talks held between the two heads of state, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is expected to chair a meeting with representatives from both countries to look into the 1985 bilateral tourism agreement within 4 weeks. Also to be part of the agenda is the latest contentions of the bilateral air service agreement between the two countries. Charles Gitonga, KTN.
Well, indeed, the resumption of the flight frequencies to Tanzania is good news not only to travelers but also traders as well. Moving on, the Kenyan Tourism Board has launched Phase 1 of the Tourism Product Directory, an online platform showcasing Kenya's top tourist attraction sites, accommodation facilities and tour operators. The directory is aimed at giving potential tourists an easy time when planning for their trips to Kenya as an ongoing effort to revive the sector, which has been hard hit by significant drops in international tourists. The directory includes attraction sites from the counties with a rich diversification into cultural, sports, nature, and the traditional products, sandy beaches and safari products. Phase 2 of the directory, which the Tourism Board says will begin immediately, will include restaurants, tour guides and travel agencies. Also in efforts to grow both domestic and international tourism, the government is set to begin global advertising campaigns at a cost of 140 million shillings.
One of the things that we have always felt is that out there people think about Kenya in terms of a very narrow product line. And this is the reason why we felt, working closely under our parent ministry and also with the World Bank and the stakeholders, that we need to expand our product range and we need to talk about the attractions and the good things that are happening in this country. And this is what this directory we intended to be in terms of adding more information, especially from the counties.
This initiative, which we are launching today, complements our strategy and plans to improve our competitiveness and market Kenya as the preferred tourism destination of choice in East Africa and beyond.